Did you know that the rogues help researchers find endangered species? Some of these at-risk species include butterflies, bumblebees, and the Sierra Nevada red fox. But our teams are also lucky to be included on a special project for an endemic species native to only the shrub steppe prairies of eastern Washington and Oregon, USA. This little rodent has many relatives all over the states. They are known for digging holes and having extensive underground tunnel systems for their colonies. Can you guess the critter? It's the Washington ground squirrel. The Washington ground squirrel, or wags as we like to call them at Rogues, is a fascinating animal. Despite living in a warm climate that mostly lacks stereotypical winter weather, like accumulating snow or negative temperatures, these little guys are only active for 4 to 5 months of the year and they hibernate the rest. A possible reason for this could be to avoid extreme summer temps. During this time, adults will breed and young pups will be born and raised. In May, the squirrels prepare for hibernation and they eat as much as they can to build up their fat reserves. Birds of prey, badgers, and snakes are their most common predators, while juveniles are the most at risk to predation, starvation, and dehydration. This species is a candidate for listing in Washington but is already categorized as endangered in the state of Oregon. You may be wondering why this particular ground squirrel is in decline while others seem to be thriving. The reason for this has to do with the fact that they're endemic. An endemic species is a specialist in their habitat. Their niche in their ecosystem is so defined that they don't easily adapt to changes or drastic shifts in their ecosystems. Changes like climate, the spread of invasive species, or an increase in human land use. Besides their small range in eastern Washington and Oregon, this species isn't found anywhere else in the world. The biggest risk to the Washington ground squirrel survival is anthropogenic impacts, or effects resulting from human activity. Habitat loss from urbanization, an increase in agricultural and livestock land use, and transportation systems like roads prevent ground squirrels from reproducing with other squirrels or accessing the food and habitat that they need to thrive. The Washington ground squirrel is also sensitive to climate change and the spread of invasive plants. With climate change comes less rainfall, more fires, and drought. All these factors may alter the availability of important forage plants, leading to juvenile fatality or lack of adequate body fat prior to hibernation. Invasive grasses like cheatgrass are extremely harmful to the shrub steppe ecosystem, disrupting fire cycles, outcompeting native plants, and drying quicker than other grasses. What is the best way to find squirrels? Enter the dog teams. Squirrel! Just kidding. The dogs are here to help. A detection team, or a bounder plus a dog, are ideal for finding activity centers by searching for multiple clues. While preparing for the project, the rogue dogs learn multiple odors in preparation. These include ground squirrel scats, active burrows, or burrows where ground squirrels were observed and then the dogs are immediately brought into sniff, as well as live squirrel, who are all handled by permitted staff with ODFW. All these odors provide the resources our dogs need to detect burrows during surveys. As the secondary observer, bounders or dog handlers also look for microhabitats that the species uses and listen for the sharp, high-pitched alarm vocalizations that the Washington ground squirrels make when their burrows are approached. It's good to note that these calls are not audible to everyone, which is why our dogs' noses are still necessary for this work. With these various clues and tools in our toolbox, our detection teams are equipped to locate ground squirrels from a distance and oftentimes more efficiently than a lone human searcher might be. Rogue's ultimate goal by locating the Washington ground squirrel is to assist and support in non-invasive wildlife conservation. As part of this endeavor, we've collaborated with many different groups, including the Nature Conservancy of Oregon, the U.S. Navy, the Confederated Tribes of the Umatilla Indian Reservation, and Eco-Studies Institute. How do dog teams assist wildlife biologists? For example, the Boardman Conservation Area is a restored and protected grassland area on the Columbian Plateau in eastern Oregon. It lies within the ground squirrel's range. To maintain and protect the biodiversity of this unique habitat, biologists with the Nature Conservancy of Oregon can benefit from the data that the dog teams discover. By locating activity centers, our teams provide land managers with valuable information about areas to preserve, restore, and to protect. Despite being such a wee little animal, the Washington ground squirrel is an incredibly valuable member of their ecosystem. Their burrows provide soil aeration for better drainage, supplying water to the arid plants around them. They provide seed dispersal, promoting the growth of native species, and in turn, they support pollinator species. Lastly, they're a food source for secondary consumers, commonly known as predators. Elk and pronghorn, along with other wildlife, call the Boardman and shrub steppe home, and depend on native plants to thrive. In this unique and dwindling ecosystem, the Washington ground squirrel's role circles back to us. By sustaining healthy soils, native plants, and successful pollinator populations, they ensure that our crops continue to flourish. Just like any native species, they have a role to play, and without them, other species will fail. Even the smallest creatures are necessary for our planet's success. A creature's a creature, no matter how small.